Okay, so brace yourselves, guys. Get some popcorn, get some tea, or whatever you consume when someone's gonna be going off.
Here we go.
Because okay, so long-time listeners might know that last year Poland was my joint favourite. So you can only imagine how I felt when I checked this song out when it won, and it's funny because like I made a TikTok making this exact same statement. I was like, how on earth do you go from having one of the best singers alive last year and then this year go to basically some schoolgirl doing bad karaoke? And I easily had one of the most responses to any TikTok I ever had. I basically had the entirety of Poland in my comment section.
Whoa.
Basically saying that the whole thing was rigged, we didn't want this, and like it doesn't seem like your regular butthurt fan upset that their faves didn't win kind of deal, because, you know, I've complained about that quite a while. Okay, so Blanka, from what I understand, is basically a nepo baby with a rich dad who basically bought her a pop career, and she had connections with a few of the jury members in that national final, so it sounds very much like a Spain 2017 situation, if you remember that.
Oh, yes.
And, I just cannot. I don't want to get too much into the politics of what's going on at TVP, because basically, from what I understand, it's similar to what happened to the BBC in that the ruling Conservative Party has got their claws in deep at the broadcaster, but to a much bigger extent over there. And just... like, I thought Raphael in 2021 was a nepotism pick, but oh my god, like, right, I'm just gonna slightly move on, because like one thing that really annoys me is that I've seen quite a lot of people say, oh, that this is a qualifier, and I was like, did you guys even hear the live performance in the national final? And no joke, their response was, oh, televoters don't care about vocals. Televoters don't care about vocals. Are you serious? Okay, right. Like, there is a difference between a singer not having a perfect technical performance, but still being able to carry a tune and being able to sell it very well. Like, Lena's probably the best example of that, right? But there's a difference between that and just being flat out not being able to sing. I mean, like, the example I gave on Twitter was, you know, wasn't the whole reason Gemini got 0 points in 2003 because of the fact that they sang badly? You know, and our friend Rui responded to that saying, like, actually, last year, Austria was a big fan favourite, and yet they weren't even in the top 10 of the televote, the semi-final, and it was probably most likely down to the bad vocals. So, like, I've joked before that the casual viewers are not very smart when it comes to voting, but they're not that dumb. And like, just to hone in this point further, right? I recently watched the Easy Bubble public reacts video, and most of them pointed out that the singing was bad in that clip. And I just, like, I swear to God, okay, so, like, in the past, I've been guilty of being a bit too cocky with some of my Eurovision predictions, and, of course, I've had a couple of occasions where I've had egg splattered all over my face, but I've honestly never before have been so confident about a song not qualifying than this. If they're, by any other logic, this singer who cannot sing, has no stage presence, and dances like she has rigor mortis, like, should not be anywhere near the conversation of possibly qualifying. If this somehow qualifies in Eurovision, I will officially lose all faith in humanity. Like, it just... Okay, like, I've reached a point in my ranting where my brain has just gone too much. So, John, please take over.
Okay. I have to confess feeling a little bit sorry for Blanka because the nation of Poland won't leave her alone on the gram. The song, it's quite a basic pop song. I expect the vocal to have some padding when we get to Liverpool. My theory on qualification is if the home audience don't like it, then the polls abroad won't vote for it either.
Yeah.
That's my 2 pence worth.
I don't know how else to follow that up. I feel like I just spilled a lot of tea and there's a big mess everywhere.
Let's mop it up.